Hey friends, imagine walking into a room filled with people you admire, colleagues, mentors, and role models. As you take your seat, a little voice inside your head whispers, "You don't belong here. They're going to find out you're a fraud." Sound familiar? Well, that voice is called imposter syndrome, and it has a way of creeping into even the most successful minds. In fact, studies show that nearly 70% of people experience imposter syndrome at some point in their careers, from top executives to first time professionals. But here's the truth: you do belong here. Today, we're going to break down the walls of imposter syndrome using science backed strategies so you can finally step into your power and recognize your worth. Now, if you've ever felt like a fraud, like you don't deserve your success or that you're not good enough, this feeling is known as imposter syndrome. And despite its prevalence, it often goes unnoticed because those who experience it tend to suffer in silence. Research from Dr. Pauline Clance and Dr. Suzanne Imes, who first coined the term in 1978, show that imposter syndrome is deeply rooted in feelings of inadequacy despite evidence of success. But here's the truth: you are not an imposter. You belong here, and I'm going to show you why with some scientific insights. First, let's tackle one of the main drivers of imposter syndrome: perfectionism. You see, people with high standards often feel they must perform flawlessly, and when they don't, they see themselves as failures. Perfectionism leads to a constant cycle of self-doubt and overworking, making it difficult to feel accomplished. Studies show that perfectionists are more likely to experience imposter syndrome even when they have a record of high achievement. The antidote? Recognize your achievements. Let's bring in a powerful tool called cognitive restructuring. And this technique, backed by cognitive behavioral therapy, involves intentionally shifting your focus from your perceived shortcomings to your tangible success. Instead of dismissing your accomplishments as luck or timing, write them down. Studies show that when people regularly document their achievements, their brain begins to create new, positive neural pathways, reinforcing the idea that they are competent and capable. Celebrate your wins. This is not about arrogance. This is about accuracy. Now, second, stop comparing yourself to others. Social comparison is a natural human tendency, but it can fuel imposter syndrome, especially in today's world of social media. Research from social psychologist Leon Festinger shows that we tend to compare ourselves to others to evaluate our own worth. However, this is a flawed approach. I'm going to tell you why. Because we're not comparing apples to apples. We're comparing our behind-the-scenes struggles to someone else's highlight reel. You see, brain research suggests that such negative comparisons activate the brain's stress response, increasing anxiety and lowering your self-esteem. So what's the solution, you may ask, Doug? Well, focus on your own progress. Neuroplasticity studies reveal that practicing gratitude for your personal growth rewires the brain to be more resilient and self-assured. Finally, let's talk about owning your worth. Now you see, imposter syndrome often arises because we don't internalize our accomplishments. Psychologists call this imposter cycle. You achieve something significant, but instead of feeling proud, you attribute it to external factors like luck, timing, or other people's help. So the next time you face a challenge, you're filled with self-doubt again. Let me tell you something. You wouldn't be where you are today if you didn't have what it takes. In fact, neuroscience supports this idea. Every time we step out of our comfort zone and succeed, the brain releases dopamine, And dopamine is a chemical associated with reward and motivation. This reinforces the belief that we are capable. But here's the trick. Your brain needs to believe the success is yours, not a fluke. So every time you achieve something, pause and reflect on the skills, effort, and persistence that got you there. This trains your brain to internalize your wins and will reduce the hold of imposter syndrome over time. So, as we part today, I want you to carry one scientific truth with you. You belong here, not by accident, but by design. Your brain is wired to grow, adapt, and overcome challenges, and the fact that you experience imposter syndrome doesn't mean you're an imposter. You know what it means? It means you're human. The world needs your unique perspective, your skills, and your voice. So when that little voice inside tries to convince you otherwise, remember this. Your brain is designed for resilience, and you can rewrite the narrative of self-doubt into one of confidence. So, the next time that imposter syndrome creeps in, stop, take a deep breath, and remember, you've done the work. You've earned your place, and you do belong here. Your brain will follow what you tell it, so start telling yourself the truth. You are worthy, you are capable, and you deserve to be where you are. So now let's step forward and live like we believe that fact, okay? You know what? You're amazing, incredible, and if anybody can do this, you can. I care about you, I believe in you, and I know that you are 100% worth it. I'll be back tomorrow with some more great stuff, friends. Take care.